It's Richard here. I'm going to talk to you about plagiarism. This is a very touchy subject. I need to stress to you plagiarism is a career killer. Too many people have lost jobs and careers based on plagiarism. Um, but I need to explain to you most of the time, I think most students plagiarize not because they're evil, but because they make a mistake. I remember when I did my PhD, I had two paragraphs flagged for plagiarism. Um, and my and it basically was I forgot to put the citation. I knew it was a quote. They had quote marks, but I didn't have the citation. And so my advisors were like, Richard, what happened here? I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot them. You can't do that, guys. You gotta be tight. Now we have Turnitin today, which is really helpful, and I wish I had had it. And I've got all of your assignments running through Turnitin, so please learn how to use Turnitin. All right. I don't blame students for plagiarism for the most part because it's complicated. It's difficult. But I wanted to explain what are the different types of plagiarism, so we can get into it. Because most of my students think that what plagiarism is just copy and paste whole sentences, and it's not. We're going to get into that. So the definition of plagiarism is it's the act of using someone else's work or ideas without proper attribution. All right, or songs or words like. One of the craziest things is musicians sue each other all the time for this and movies and stuff. So it's not just in academic writing. All right, there's verbatim. This is copying word for word. Uh, Control C, Control V. Paraphrasing. So this is when you reword it, but you don't give them any attribution. You've just, you've taken the quote, you've changed it into your own words, but you still need to say where you got the original idea from. Mosaic. This is when you take a few words from over here and a few words from over here and a few words from over here and you combine them. Kind of like the puzzle that Sherlock's working on right now. Wow, this is an amazing AI picture. We have him looking through a magnifying glass at a puzzle through another magnifying glass. Oh, the AI has gone crazy. We got Deet. Wow, I don't even understand this picture. And then ideas. Someone's using unique ideas or concepts without credit. And we'll get into some other examples of this. So verbatim involves copying exact word for word. It's the most blatant form of academic dishonesty. You copy a paragraph or a book without quotation marks or citations. It's easily detectable by plagiarism checkers. Always use quotation marks for direct quotes. Cite the source. That's the easiest way to prevent it. Okay? Anytime I'm reading a paper and I see someone giving a little bit of data and they don't have a a citation, I flag that up as plagiarism. And you'll lose points. Paraphrasing. So you identify the issue, you've explained it, and you reworded it, but you didn't give the credit. You got to give credit. Many writers think this is okay. It's not. You still have to give credit. Cite the source. Here's something that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of young people don't understand. The more citations you have, the better. The more citations you have, the better. It means you're more well read. Mosaic plagiarism. This is like the Sherlock from Benedict Cumberbatch. Ooh, I really like that show. It's been on my TikTok feed a lot recently, and I've really enjoyed watching the clips. Sorry. So identify fragments. So when you take a few words from here and a few words from here and you skip out a few words, it can be from different sources. It could be from the same source. This is called patchwork plagiarism or mosaic plagiarism. It's often unintentional. You may forget where your ideas are and theirs are borrowed. You've got to make sure when you're taking notes that you write down where you're getting your ideas. That's the best way to prevent it. And always cite when in doubt. This is the biggest thing I can tell you is if you're not sure whose idea it is, slap it into Google, see who comes up close to it, put that citation in there. Idea plagiarism. Okay, so this is a more common one now, especially with AI generators, where they'll just take someone's idea and then not tell you where you get it from. So if you're using ChatGPT, number one, be careful because it makes up its sources. Number two, it's just going to borrow and not tell you where it's borrowed its ideas from, and you can still get flagged. So that's why I let you guys look at Turnitin. Another one is called apt. It didn't really, another part of idea plagiarism is when you take like a phrase or the name, like the term, the apt term. You still got to say who came up with the term. So sort of like fake media, or the internet, the fake media. Who came up with that term? You need to make sure you give credit to who came up with that term. It can be difficult to understand. Now, here's the other thing: if Turnitin says that this idea came from someone from the 1930s, I don't think you're reading that paper. I ignore it. I will ignore it. But at the same time, if it's a newish paper, my eyebrows may go up. So we're going to be using APA, author date system. It's the easiest. MLA uses author page number, and then Chicago uses footnotes or endnotes. Make sure you understand how to use APA. Okay, there's tons of videos, tons of links. I've got things on our Canvas. Please make sure you're using APA. Quotation marks, you got to use them. I would challenge you guys to use quotes less. A lot of students think block quotes look good. I do not. I think block quotes are unnecessary. I think you could have just summarized it or paraphrased it very quickly. But I need you to paraphrase thoughtfully and put the idea completely into your own words, and make sure you cite consistently, time and time and time again. Just tell me where you got it from. Sometimes one sentence can have 3 sources and you'll have 3 citations. It's crazy. But it shows me that you're well read and understand that other people have the same idea, and it strengthens your argument, and I love it. So how does plagiarism detection tools work? They quickly run through it. We use Turnitin at our school. There's Grammarly also has it built in. I don't know Copyscape very well. I don't really use it, but maybe it's free and you can use it. I would go through and I would use it to make sure that you've done enough. A lot of my students will take a quote and run it through Quillbot, but understand, Turnitin is going to learn that very shortly. If it hasn't already, it will, and it will still flag you. I love Quillbot. It makes it a lot easier. I think Quillbot's wonderful for writing a conclusion, because I'll just put my introduction in and I'll say, make this a conclusion, and Quillbot will do that. But I don't think it's so great for quotes anymore. And these aren't perfect. They may miss some forms of plagiarism or flag false positives. And if that's the case, if I say, hey, and you can say, no, I didn't cheat, we'll talk. I'm not above listening to you guys. I am not a my way or the highway kind of teacher. Everything can work together. All right. So plan ahead, start your research early, give yourself plenty of time. Otherwise, you're going to be there last minute, the night before, looking up things, and you're going to get sloppy. And sloppy kills. I mean, you guys are studying medical and science and stuff. You guys know sloppy kills. Take careful notes. Make sure you write down everywhere where you get it from. Cite consistently. And then if you need help, I'm here for you, man. I'm actually going to be building a writing center for our school. That's one of the things I'm going to be building the next couple years. But we have tutor.com. Please use it. Please use it, guys. All right. I hope this video helps.